Hello, Brian and Eric. I hope you both are doing well. I'm going to be evaluating Brian's 7-iron swing today, so here we go. I want to start by looking at the goals of the lesson, which are to eliminate that pull draw mistake, create a slight fade, as well as hit the center of the club face more often. I think the center of the club face is probably the most important part of this lesson, only because it literally affects every other TrackMan number and makes them much more difficult to use. So if you don't hit the center of the club face, then I'm not really able to use your club path or your face angle, only because the outcome could have been a direct result of the center of the club face and not so much the TrackMan numbers. So I might talk about it the least because it's the most difficult to read through this video form, but I'm going to give a quick trick on how I would test this in person. I would put the tape on your 7-iron and watch you hit a few swings, then going to see exactly where the golf ball mark is on the tape, and then I would be able to really fix that error. But for this particular video, I'm going to assume that you are somewhat close to the center of the club face, so then I can trust these other swing numbers and really use the club path and your face angle to improve your swing. So without further ado, let's quickly watch this swing. I think overall it is a really nice looking swing, both down the line and from the side. But what I'm really going to start with are these two numbers, this face angle and this club path. So as you can see, you have a negative face angle. Face angle just means where your club face is facing at impact. Because it's negative, it's facing to the left at impact. So when you are hitting the golf ball, say we're right there, automatically your ball wants to go to the left, which is okay. We can use that to really promote a nice baby draw. So now we're going to look at that club path. It's a positive number, which means that it is a draw swing. Your swing is in to out, which results in a positive TrackMan club path. So because your club path is 1.2 and your face angle is negative, starting to the left, that's automatically going to result in a ball that wants to go left and then can continue to go left. So with a big exaggerated swing, a swing much worse than this one, that's when you're going to have that pull hook, Brian, because your ball starts to the left and then it wants to continue to draw. What I'm going to work on is getting you to have a more out to in swing, a negative club path, closer to 0, so we can really fade the ball. And I have a few tricks that I think might help you along this journey. So I'm going to start by really just looking at your takeaway. I want to see exactly what line your club face comes directly back on. So I'm going to watch you do this for about 5 swings. I just want to watch and observe exactly where you're taking that club face back. The best judge, though, is going to be yourself. So I will put an imaginary line behind, me when I'm over the ball, behind the ball. That's what I'll do for you. And I want to see you take it back on that line. Now, are you coming on the inside and the outside of that line? What exactly are you doing? Right now, you're coming inside to out. So you're coming on the inside on your takeaway, and you're coming out on your downswing, resulting in a draw swing. We're going to flip that. I want you to work on really taking the ball back, the club face back straight behind the ball. Just keep doing this. That's going to promote an out to in swing, which is what we need to hit that fade. So another way to do this, once you feel you're getting it straight back on that 2 feet line, I want you to take the club back to about halfway through the swing. When you feel as if your shaft is parallel to the ground. When we're there, this is our next mental stop. I want to see where your club face is pointing to the sky. I want that club face, Brian, to be as straight as possible, facing directly up. So pretty much what you're going to need to do is really nail down these movements in your head. Take the club face back straight. Keep going straight. Now get to the halfway point of that swing. If your club face was coming back straight, and you have done a good job in that regard, then your club face is going to be facing straight up, pretty much parallel with the wall behind you, for example, facing directly up towards that ceiling. That's what I want to see, Brian. If we are able to accomplish those two things, a straighter takeaway in the first 2 feet of your backswing, and then get to about halfway through the swing, and you have some parallel aspects going on. Your club face is facing up, your shaft is parallel with the ground. You're going to have a more out to in swing And that's going to really result in more of a fade with that negative face angle starting to the left, fading the ball towards your target.